Welcome back for part 3 of this mystery coin collection. If you guys have missed the first 2 parts, I definitely recommend checking them out before watching this video. But bottom line is today, we're going to go through the bags of foreign coins. On the left here is a whole bunch of copper and brass coins from different countries. And on the right here is a bunch of copper, nickel, and potentially some silver coins from different countries as well. Now, I haven't gone through the bags. I haven't even dumped them out and took a peek. All I did was take a handful out of each bag when I was negotiating a price to see what I had. And I thought I saw a few silver coins in the bag on the right. So, we could be in for a fun one, or it could be a boring hunt. We won't know until we get into it. Stay tuned as we delve into these bags to see what we can find. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to the channel. Holy cow, I'm excited about this one. Don't really know what I'm in for like I said in the intro, but I am excited about this one because going through foreign coins, a lot of people don't know what they have when it comes to foreign coins because it just takes so long to look everything up if you're not familiar with what is silver, what sounds silver, and what countries minted silver for what year. So, that being said, we're going to get right into it. But like I said, if you've missed the first 2 videos, I have a link to both videos down below. I'll even put a link to the very first video up here for you guys to check out. I think what we're going to do is dump out the copper nickel / could be silver foreign coin bag first and just see what we see. Just see what we see to kick it off. And man, these things are flying. And hopefully we see some silver goodies and or some oldies at least, even if they're copper nickel. All right, let's take a quick peek. I think that's everything out of there. All right, it's not going to all fit on the map, but holy cow. Well, that's silver. That is silver right there. Un peso, 1897. And it is from the República Dominicana. 25 grams of silver right here. And I don't know if that's 91.5% or 90.7% or whatever it could be, but that's definitely a silver coin right there. And I can already see some silver. I can already see some silver here. I can already see more silver. That's a silver coin right there. Australian 3 pence. This looks like it's going to be silver. We've got a 1943 India quarter rupee. So that's going to be silver right there. Here's a Canadian silver dime. Holy cow. Holy cow. This looks like it's silver. Yep, got to be silver. Venezuelan silver right there. Not 100% sure about Costa Rica, but 1935, probably silver. It might not be. 50 centésimos. Don't know if that one's silver, but this one's looking silver. Yeah, another Canadian coin, a quarter. And I could probably pick out, here's a franc from France, 1919. That's going to be silver. Yeah, it looks like that was silver. Gotta be. 1953. Cuban silver. Looks like we have some other things in here. That's not silver, or at least it didn't sound that way. But I believe this is silver right here. Guatemala. This is going to be silver. New Zealand, 1939, 3 pence. We have not even scratched the surface, and I am seeing silver coins. Holy cow, that's an old Mexican silver coin. Oh, man. Some Cuban stuff that's older is silver, but I don't think that is. Doesn't have the feel or the look. But this looks silver. 50 centavos. Yeah, gotta be silver. And my alarm bell's going off, which means I gotta take a quick break to check it out. But bottom line is, I think we're gonna have quite a bit of silver in here. That's not silver, but got a lot of copper nickel stuff in here. Got some faux Roman coins. Yeah, got some faux Roman coins. It looks like we got a handful of these in here. I saw a few others when I was sorting through it. But anyway, definitely we'll go through this off camera. Here, here's a silver coin for you. A Medio Balboa. 1966. I think that's only 40% if I recall. But definitely silver. Man, there is a lot more silver in here than I actually thought there would be, to be honest with you guys. And I just keep finding it. I just keep finding it. It's everywhere. It literally is everywhere in here. Here's another big silver coin. 72% silver from Guatemala. Yeah, we got silver everywhere. I was not expecting all... What is this? We got a badge. We got a badge. Leon Body Jr., Chihuahua, Mexico. Wonder if that's a toy or if that's actually from an old officer in Mexico's uniform. Could be. Here's another silver coin. They're everywhere. There's silver everywhere. Oh my, there's just silver coins everywhere. There's just silver coins everywhere. Wow. I was not expecting this much silver. I really wasn't. Let me do this. Let me go through this and pull out all the silver and show you what I found. Holy cow. Incredible. Well, I've been rummaging through this pile for about an hour, and I've got to have a different system. I need to bring over the bin and probably just start eliminating what's not silver, because as I'm rummaging through it, I keep pulling out. Take a look at this. Now, I could be wrong on a couple of coins that maybe aren't silver or they're low purity, but I'm pretty certain that 90% of what I pulled out over here is silver. And I've passed up a few coins in here that may be silver that I need to investigate, but I just keep rummaging through. And yeah, a lot of silver. We'll cover it in the wrap-up when I get it sorted by either country or purity or something. And it's getting late and I probably should stop, but I can't. We got a lot of old Mexican silver in here. Some really cool. Look at the date on that. 1834. I think there's a really old Mexican silver coin in here somewhere, but yeah. Just lots of old silver here and some more modern stuff. There's also some King George V and VI stuff, as well as some other cool things. Anyway, and I believe this is silver as well. It looks like it is. It's a Balboa from 1904. Yeah, 90% silver, 12.5 grams. So, the hunt continues. This looks like this is silver right here. Yep, it says it right at the top, I believe. Yep, 92.7% maybe. More silver. Oh, that's silver as well, I believe. All right, man, this just, if I just move stuff aside, I keep finding silver coins, and I'm not 100% sure on some of the Cuban stuff. I can't quite remember if, it doesn't sound like it, but I can't quite remember which years in the Cuban currency is silver or what size of the coins are silver. So anyway, I'm just looking through here. It's a lot of fun. That's not silver. That's copper nickel. This might be silver. This 20 Rapin, I believe. No, copper nickel. That's right. Rapins are copper nickel. All right. I can do this with you guys all day. But yeah, that should be silver. And that's, I believe, Philippines. Let me get back after it. I'll bring you back with another update as soon as I have one. That's not silver. That's a German coin. And yeah, as soon as I have an update or something worth showing you guys again, I will bring you back in and show you what I found. An eternity later. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's the next day. I have spent several hours this morning going through everything, trying to get it situated. Everything over here is not silver. Everything up here is some fake or faux or reproduced Roman or older, coins that are not, well, they have some value because people will pay for these. Obviously, they bought them to begin with, but they don't have any numismatic value whatsoever, or not even precious metal value. I think this is lead-free pewter reproductions. Anyway, we have some U.S. stuff, some Seated Liberty stuff. Looks like a dime and a half dime. I haven't even got the date on those yet. We actually have 3 or 4 of these old, and I say old, I mean very old. I want to say these are 1680s to 1700s. I haven't done the research yet, but they're definitely silver. And if my Latin serves me correctly, I think it's Pedro II, by the grace of God, of Portugal, the King of Portugal. And this says something like, by this sign thou shalt conquer, or something like that. But either way, whoops, there is 3 of these coins. And I don't know about their legends or their markers, if they're all 4 X's with crosses and flowers, but we'll take a look at those later. And then we've got an old Spanish silver. I think it's a 1 real, something like that. I know it's a real for sure. Old Spanish silver there, probably from the early 1800s. So some really cool older stuff here. Again, we will have to go through all this and double check. Let's move on to this stuff up here. We have a whole bunch of aluminum coins from France and other countries. Really just lightweight. I knew they were not going to be silver whatsoever. We've got a copper nickel coin here, some kind of commemorative or redemption, I guess. Oh, it's a Caesar's Palace coin, my bad. Yeah, $1 for gaming. And then we've got a bunch of these un pesos, dated probably in the 70s, 1970s. I think there's about 40 something here. We've got a bunch of 20 centavos that are copper nickel. We've got some 50 centavos, a whole bunch of those from also the 1960s and 70s. We've got some 10 centavos from the 40s and 50s, maybe some 60s. Same design, 5 centavos. And then also some older design 5 centavos from Mexico. This is all Mexican copper, nickel, or other type of bullion stuff. We've got some kind of pewter piece, I guess. And then we had that badge that you saw. We even had 3 U.S. coins. We had an Indian head penny, we had a shield nickel, and a Liberty head V nickel. That's in 1889, and I don't think I'll be able to get a date off of this without Nic-A-Dating it. And then the Indian head cent is 1896. Again, I could spend hours showing you guys all this foreign stuff. This is all copper nickel or steel, you know, things like that. It's just not precious metals. But just a quick look, we have some old Cuban stuff. We have stuff from Costa Rica. We have stuff from the Honduras. Right here, I'm trying to find it. We have stuff from other country, including some Swiss stuff, and Colombia, and Nicaragua, Portuguesa, all kinds of countries represented, even some stuff from Argentina. Yeah, French, Panama. Speaking of Panama, we had some Balboa quarters that were clad. Lots of Balboa dimes. I love those. Even some Canadian stuff. Some Canadian clad quarters as well as some older Canadian nickels. So really cool there. Anyway, if there's anything you guys see here that you think is valuable or worth more than just being foreign stuff, you can let me know. I'm tempted to grab all of my other foreign stuff at the conclusion of this video and get it sorted as well. Again, there's just a lot here. There's so much, it's almost overwhelming. It took me, like I said, several hours. The next task is for me to go through all of this silver, and I think what I'm going to do is sort it by purity. I could do it by country. I'll probably do it by country first, but there's going to be stuff in here that's 40%, 50%, 62%, 72%, 83%, 90%, 91 something, 92.5 sterling silver. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So let me start going through this, get it segregated. I'll get it on the mat, and then I'll be back with what I found. All right, we are back. I have the silver sorted by country. Some countries only have 1 coin of. I'm not going to cover the purity. There's just too much to cover here. And yeah, I know I keep saying that, but man, there is a lot to cover. On the mat is all of the silver coins, validated and verified, at least 30% silver or more. And the other stuff over here that we showed you earlier, including the 2 U.S. seated Liberty coins. We have an 1837 seated Liberty dime with damage and an 1857 seated Liberty half dime as well. So they're in rough shape. It's just fun to see a little bit of U.S. silver mixed in the bag. Moving on to the foreign silver. We have a lot of Mexican silver, basically Mexican silver from here all the way over to there. We have some 50 centavos from the 20s and 30s. We have 3 old silver 2 reals Mexican silver coins. I think they're 1850s through 1860s, 1860s. Might be an 1880 in there, but there's 3 of them. They're in rough shape. We have some 20 centavos pieces, some older ones, and some more, I guess, modern, if you will, but still old. 10 centavoses right there, and some 5 centavoses. On top of that, we have a couple of older 25 centavo silver coins, and a mystery coin. Could be a half real. I think it is that, but I'm not 100% sure. And then we have some 30% silver 25 centavos pieces from the 50s. Moving on to the Philippines, we have some Philippine silver. We also have some half francs from, I guess, Switzerland. They're Helvetias. And we have some Indian rupees as well. I think both 1943, or quarter rupees, I should say. We have some El Salvador silver. Yeah, El Salvador silver, 10 centavos, 5 centavos, 50 centavos, 25 centavos. Moving on to some French silver. We have a damaged, probably a teens 1 franc. Yeah, you can see it right there. 1918. Didn't realize you could see it. 1918. And then we got a 1919. We got some 50 centimes. And then we have some Cuban silver. Beautiful. A couple of different designs here. I'll show you guys a couple of the designs just so we're showing some of the coins. Really cool right there. It might be a commemorative. And then this one right here. 25 centavos each. And then a small 10 centavos, or 10 cents basically. Venezuelan silver. We had quite a bit of Venezuelan silver. It goes all the way down to there. So quite a bit of that. Then we have the Guatemalan silver. Goes all the way down, and even some little tiny pieces down there. Got some Panamanian silver, nice older Balboa there, and then some more modern Balboas. I think these are 1966, and if I recall, they're 40% silver. We have a couple of those, and then some Balboa or Panamanian quarters or 25-cent pieces, and that moves past that. Up here, we got some Colombian silver. We got a 1916 50 centavos, which is 50 cents. And then we got 20 centavos and un centavo as well. Make sure I validated that was silver. I don't know if that's silver, actually. Did I put that in the wrong spot? I think I put that in the wrong spot. I think that goes over here, to be honest. That shouldn't be silver. Moving on down here, we've got some shillings. 1 shilling here, 1 shilling there, and a 2 shilling. Some from Australia, others from the UK. We also have 6 pences, a whole bunch of different countries represented, including New Zealand, Australia, and the UK, and maybe another one right there. I'm not quite sure. And then some 3 pences. We've got the UK and Australia, as well as New Zealand. Over here, we have the República Dominicana silver, a big 25-gram coin, and a couple of smaller pieces. A mystery coin. I don't know if this is Canadian or something else. It's got Queen Vicky on it, and it looks like there's a cross. Maybe someone can help me out with it. I have not been able to identify it. There's not enough markings on it, and I'm not familiar with Queen Victoria-type coins, but obviously it's going to be probably in the 1850s through 1880s, I would imagine. Speaking of Canadians, we have 2 Canadian silver quarters, 2 Canadian older silver dimes, and 2 more modern Canadian silver dimes. And then a whole bunch of just miscellaneous pieces here from different countries. This 10 dinar is really cool. Can't remember the purity on it. Don't think it's that high, but I could be wrong. Love the eagle design on the back, or the 2 different eagles or falcons facing away from each other. Some Portuguese silver, Spanish silver, and some other coins. 25 ore, you name it, all different types of countries. Even some Netherlands and Indonesian Netherlands coins down here in this little group right there. On top of that, don't know what country this is from or what year it's from, but I believe this is a 1/4 real. 1/4 real. It is tiny. It is smaller than a trime. But I know it's silver. I believe it's a 1/4 real. You guys might be able to help me identify it. No idea. But it's not from Lima or Peru. It's got too much writing around the rim. But yeah, not quite sure. I know that was quick. I know that was quick, but man, that's about as quick as I can go without showing off every single one of the coins. You know, I guess some of these old 2 real Spanish silver pieces might be kind of cool, but look at, you really can't see much on them. You really can't see much on them, so there's not much to show off on some of these coins. And some of this Guatemalan silver is really cool as well. 1/4 quetzal. But I just, I don't want it to be a hour-long video showing off all this old foreign silver. You can pause the video if there's anything that catches your eye, or if I miss something. I mean, I think I missed that one over there, so it's possible I missed something else. But my favorite coins of all of this is probably the older Spanish 2 reals. And I also love the 1680, maybe 1700 Portugal silver coins, because just basically their age. I mean, they're probably at least 300 plus years old. I never identified this now that I think about it. I never identified this. It might be a half real as well, but the date is rubbed off. And anyway, we know it's Spanish silver. It's got, and I forget his name. You guys can put it in the comments down below. But King Charles III on there. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up. That's going to wrap it up. You guys, this was a fun purchase. This is a ton of silver. This is way more silver than I expected. I thought maybe I'd get 15, 20 silver coins at best. I almost just forgot. Holy cow. We haven't gone through the copper bag. And you know what? We're not going to go through it today. We're going to keep this as this video alone. I don't know when I'm going to get back to doing the copper bag. I will keep this not necessarily as a teaser, but we've done all 3 parts pretty consistently, and I'm kind of jonesing for just a regular coin roll hunt. So I'll probably do a couple of videos like that and get to that within a week or so. But keep your eyes peeled for it. We'll get to it eventually. It's all copper and brass stuff, so probably not a lot of exciting stuff for some of you, but it'll be fun for me, and I'll make a video when I do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. Hopefully you enjoyed this series. All 3 videos for me were a lot of fun to do. They all were long, but long or not, I had fun, and I know you guys are enjoying the longer videos. Not saying I'm going to always do them, but when I have collections like this, we got to do them. If you did enjoy it, I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. Oh, you're still here? Well, I appreciate you watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, I decided to pick out a few more that I think you might enjoy, like that one right there or this one down here. Anyways, thanks for watching, happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video.